Hi everyone. I thought I would do an update on Mimi. Um, 2 weeks ago, where do I even start? Mimi was getting very frail and very thin. You could see all the bones in her body. And she just wasn't doing great. So we went to the veterinarian and he put her on an antibiotic, a better antibiotic than what she's been given in the past, as a last-ditch effort. And by day 3, she was just not having it. She wasn't improving. She stopped eating. And it was to the point where I was actually forcing her to eat. And I had to sit and stop what I was doing and basically listen to her, what her body language is telling me. I don't want to eat anymore, Mom. It was 2 feedings in that I was forcing her, and I was not accepting her decision. And I had to, because I made a promise that it was going to be quality over quantity. So I sat and cried, bawled my brains out. And by day 2 of her not eating, and being on pain meds alone, she was not resting. She was drinking a lot, but she did not want any food, even though I kept on offering it to her. No, she didn't want anything to do with it. She was drinking, pacing around, wobbling around. The pain medication that, the gabapentin that she was on, if I gave her too much, she would have been stumbling worse than what she was, and she would have hurt herself. So watching her go through all this and not sleeping, being restless, I was in tears, and I had to make that decision that I had to say goodbye to her. I wasn't doing her any justice, and she was a fighter right to the end. She kept going, even though her little body was saying, "No, Mom, I'm done, I'm done." So I called the vet's office, and they got us in. And my doctor, Dr. Sargent, was amazing. He allowed me to have some special time with her, just to hold her while she was drifting off to her permanent sleep. And it was hard. I've lost four cats already, and Mimi was the 5th, but she was the oldest one that I had, and she was almost 13. And to say that it gets easier, it doesn't. I feel like it gets worse. Being that it was the month of November, it's a hard month for me. I've lost so many people in my life, friends, family. I lost another cat a few years ago. I really didn't want to see her pass away in November, but that was just the way things happened. The doctor gave her her final needle, and she was so bad off that her vein blew, and he had to go up higher on her inner thigh. She didn't flinch. She was out of it. Totally out of it. And when she left, there was so much relief. She's been sick off and on for a year. From bladder infections, kidney infections, having being diagnosed with thyroid disease on top of her kidney disease, going back and forth to the doctors, the doctor mentioning it, that she could possibly have bone cancer. She was a tiny cat as it is, and when she started losing weight and I was increasing her feedings and she wasn't gaining anything, that was a clear indication that she had cancer. I was not about to make her go through any treatments. She had lost over 2 pounds of body mass, fat, muscle, to the point where she was throwing up. She couldn't hold herself up. She would almost tip over. I would have to hold on to her so that she could throw up. There was no way that her little body could have handled chemo. And I made that promise to her that when she was ready and she didn't want to eat, she didn't want to go on anymore, that I would let her go. And I felt really bad when I force fed her the 2 times because I was not picking up on her cues. I didn't want to give up. But it wasn't fair to her. I had to stop and I had to apologize. It's been a really rough couple of months. She became anemic. So I had to give her iron supplements on top of her regular medication daily. And every week we were going in for B12 shots. So it was really hard having to buy her sweaters just to keep her warm in her carrier so she didn't pick up a secondary infection or got sick. Covering her carrier with material so that she would not get sick and not catch a cold. It's been really rough, and it was rough on her, and it's been rough on me. So I haven't really put out any content except for the odd short. So I have to apologize. But when it comes to my family and my cats, my family and my cats come first. I had amazing support from the staff at my veterinarian office at the Peterborough West Animal Hospital. Over the years, I've seen vets, and these guys are amazing people. Compassionate, dedicated, understanding. They love their jobs. Anything we needed, they were fitting us in, responding to emails, responding to phone calls. I couldn't ask for anything more. I have supportive friends that have been driving us back and forth to the office and to grab her medication. The support has been unreal. It's been really rough this last couple of weeks because she was a very big role in my life. She used to sleep with me. So going to bed at night and her not being there has been tough. Everywhere I look, I expect her to be there. She's not. My whole daily routine has been thrown off. And it almost feels like the way it did when my grandfather died. It was a daily routine, and being a caregiver, and it is strange when things end, trying to find a new norm. I guess there's so many different stages of grief, and you go through a lot of the stages, and I go through them pretty slowly. So right now I just feel a lot of resentment towards myself. Regretting some things. And that's normal. Because I know I made a good decision. And I kept on second guessing myself. Over and over and over again. But when she received her last shot, and she didn't flinch, didn't even move, then I knew. I knew that I made the right choice. I just want to thank everybody for supporting us, for liking our videos, for being there, for the kind words, encouragement, the laughs. And unfortunately, this is just one thing of our lives that we just have to deal with. And some things that you just don't want to deal with is just even go there is death. Losing one of our family members and our fur babies, our pets. They are a part of our family. And when they go, it hits really hard. But I know she's in a better place, and I have my confirmations and beliefs that I know she's with her siblings on the other side, and I know she's being taken care of until I can join them all. But I know she had a really good life here. And I know I treated her really well and that I'm a great mom. I just wish that she could have passed on better terms. Cancer sucks. And unfortunately, a lot of cats die from cancer. And I believe she was in pain right until the end. but she never showed it. She was determined. She was a warrior. She was strong. And I admire her for that. So, I want to say thank you. And I hope everybody is doing well, and that their pets and their families are doing well, and that you are doing well. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks, guys. Blessings. Bye.